Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, everybody out there standing, you look good, Boothill. Tonight here at Boothill. And on the pole, last night's feature race winner at the Buffalo. Chris Burrows inside of row number 3. 77 is Colton Fern, the Camco Boone Racing to Power number 77. Finished second last Sunday night at Lone Star. We're underway and on demand and live on RaceOnTexas.com Speed Pass. So we hustle off into turns 1 and 2 for the first time in this one tonight. Down the back straight of it's going to be TJ Evans in 215 trying to sweep the weekend and get the broom out of the competition. He'll slide up there in the middle point of 3, drift up top shelf off of 4, smash Othello. He'll lead lap 1. Evans leads lap 1 over the 22W of Cody White. How many transfers? The top 3 cars, I believe, transferring to the big dance tonight. The rest will have to come out of a B main. If you don't make it there, we'll throw it on the trailer, and we'll see you later on another dirt track Saturday night. So as we roll them off of turn number 2 right now, track is showing a little dust early, but it's going to slick off and be good in prime time for racing. As Evans right now out front with the race lead, minding his own business, as Cody White trying to mount a charge. Cody White, your lucky draw winner at last year's 10,000 win King of Boothill. Held off a hard-charging Ricky Ingles late in that one. As White will try to find his niche around the quarter mile tonight, but just not enough to get up and dethrone the 215 of Evans, who's out front minding his own business. Little John Tuggle still has his hands full with the Deuce 5. I believe that's Greg Hammett. Greg Hammett in car number 25, holding on to the 4 spot, 1 spot out, looking in to get into the main event tonight. As we currently sit, he'd be on the front row of a B-main later on. As Hammett holds off the 77 of Colton Furr, who has his hands full with the 7C of Chris Burrows, feature winner down at Sabine 3 weeks ago. Nick Kirby with us tonight out of Winona, Texas in the 2K car. Jonathan Stewart as well. As everybody tippy-toeing right there to the middle of the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway with 2 laps to go. White flag is out, and the final trip into 1 and 2 for the Kilgore, Texas racer TJ Evans. And we got a logjam for third, folks. For final transfer spot, take a look at that one, Austin. They're going to go 3 different lanes wide. Little John Tuggle making his call wider than a triple wide trailer, and they're 3 different lanes wide for the transfer spot. Colton Furr in the 77 throwing his hat into the ring late. Here comes Hammett screaming up top. Oh, boy. Sit down, take a seat, Little John, he says. And he has no choice. He'll obey and go back to 4th.
on the lineup. So.
I believe it's Aaron Allen outside of row number 2. Inside of 3 is the 16-year-old Connor Mewborn from Hooks, Texas. I'm telling you all the ones I know for sure right off this factory stock heat in the 77 car. And 16-year-old racer David Vosbury rounding out the field of the 00. Keep your eyes on him. He's been nothing less than impressive. So a 14 and a 16-year-old starting front and shotgun. We're underway. We'll hustle our way into 1 and 2 on the start of this one. 31 of Singletary got loose right in front of Connor Mewborn. And they both keep her strolling and rolling. Send them both to promoter school, as Bill Kitchen would say. Off of 4. Down the front straightaway, Lindsay taking a stab on C.J. Hall for the race lead. Nothing doing just yet as they hustle into 1. Here comes Aaron Allen. Drove it a little too deep and a little too cheap. And a nice evasive move by the 00 of Vosbury to avoid that. And we will get the caution out on the racetrack for Aaron Allen. Lonzo Ball, I don't know. Nobody's playing right now. We're ready to take the green flag back out for C.J. Howell. And we're underway. How about you folks sitting at the crib watching these youngsters? I stress it enough. I guess age ain't nothing but a number. But right now, the 14 to the 16-year-old taking the rest of the field to school. As Glenn Lindsay, the 34-year-old, down the back straightaway sitting in 3rd. And then the 19-year-old Cameron Foe rides 4th. And then the other 16-year-old racer in car number 36, Connor Mewborn. How about this, folks? This gives you a lot of hope for the future, doesn't it? Gives you a good sense of hope for the future. Got some good racers here in the Arklatex. We're breeding more of them. How about it? Said it for a long time. We've had some of the best racing and some of the richest and deepest roots of racing in the entire country right here in the Arklatex. Where did Billy Boyer come from? Where did Gary Wright come from? Right around these neck of the woods, folks. We'll share that story for another day as Lindsay's got to run now for 2nd. Down the back straightaway, he says, I cannot let you kids take me to school. As the 00 continues to hold on to the 2nd spot and will shoo off the G25 of Lindsay, who has a major push here off of 4. Fur trying to get by. G25 going to slam the door. Shot into turn number 1. Oh, boy. Lindsay's got a major push on the G25. They go 3 wide for 3rd to the final transfer spot. Fur walks right through it and threads the needle. Thank you, sir. May I have another? As the 1-star Cameron Fur rolling from the tail to 3rd into the final transfer spot. Well, he's digging. And Lindsay, problems after his good run, and this one will end early in the G25. Just when Glenn has everything seemingly rolling and working good for him, the bad luck biscuit seems to strike on him. As we see 2 sticks. The youngsters taking them to the old woodship for a country tail spanking in this one. How about it? 14-year-old C.J. Howell out front minding his own business. 7 wins a season ago between 4 different tracks. Rolls off of 4 to the white flag, shown from veteran flagman Keith Parker. The 16-year-old David Vosbury got a little high, wide, and handsome. And here comes the 1-star going to try to capitalize on the final trip in a 1. Connor Mewborn rolling the hub, the other 16-year-old. Down the backstretch for the final time in the 3 and 4. He threw the keys on the counter of the Holiday Inn. He's checked out. C.J. Howell dominates this one in the 2 car. From Blanchard, 19-year-old Randy Cox. The glare up here is really getting me. So I see Jeff Lewis for sure outside of row number 4. Sorry, I'm not getting you these full lines. Bubba Jones in car number 21, and we're underway off of 4. I think the 193 is Seals or John Condon. So Philip Seals, yes, in the 193 car. So hustling down the boulevard into turn 1 down Main Street. Last night's 3rd place finisher at Texarkana 67 Speedway at the tail in the L17. That's Logan Griffin. In the back, the blue AB Performance Bubba Green towing entry. So as we hustle into 3 and 4, this one a much tighter, hotly contested battle for the top spot early. And it's Martin taking a stab on the 14 of Lucky into 1. Kelly Lucky trying to hold off Josh Martin, who's breathing down his neck into 1. Bubba Jones, his teammate, Lucky's teammate, Bubba Jones out of Provençal, working the hub, trying to work it well. He'll drive her down to the basement. Nope, he'll go to the top shelf this time in the 3 and 4. Looks like he rolls the bottom in 1 and 2 as he tries to sticker it and go 3 right off of 4 as Randy Cox doing battle door-to-door here with the 193 car. All the while, Josh Martin still taking stabs for the race lead. And Bubba Jones just threaded the needle. Wow, what a move by Bubba Jones. That's taking what you can get and leaving no doubt on the table. What a move by Bubba Jones to go to fourth. As a battle for the race lead into one. The idiot M of Josh Martin going to work the bottom of the racetrack to the inside, put the pressure on the 14 of Lockie. As he'll continue to fight and give him HELL for it in the turn number 3 on the RAIL as Martin has the quicker race car to the 2 right now down the boulevard. They'll head into 1. Kelly Lockie holding on to a pretty tight wheel here. Lockie, to my knowledge, is not made yet. He's raced here once this season. He'll set his sights down the back straightaway with the race lead here in Granger Equipment Company Factory Stock Heat Race number 3 of the night. And Martin has another run to the inside, and he'll nose ahead for the race lead by half of a cat's whisker with 2 laps to go. Oh, you got a good one brewing as Jeff Lewis ends the number 40 car exiting the back straightaway. Side by side for the race lead, nose and head to the midpoint of the back straightaway. Joshua Martin as Kelly Lockie up to the challenge. He'll drive it deep off into the corner. He drove it back to I-20 before he turned left as the white flag comes out. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? They hustle into 1. Bubba Jones giving hell now to the 20 of Vandiver. McKenzie looking good. They're 3 wide for the 3rd spot, and around goes Vandiver in the middle of 1 and 2. No contact there. Final time in the turn 3 and 4. The checker's going to be coming out this time. Is it going to be Martin or Lockie? Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Drag racing to the line. It'll be Kelly Lockie fighting off and regaining the top spot on the final trip into 1. Oh. We got it. So hustling down the boulevard into turn number 1, Jeff Tito made the main event at Arklatex last week. Going to go high side hustling around the outside of the number 83 of Calvin Tucker out of Cleveland, Texas for the race lead. As he heads off the 2 down the back straightaway. How about Tito? As a beautiful full sun setting tonight here on a hot June night. Night 2 of the Battle of Boothill. Shaping up for some great action tonight here at the legendary quarter-mile dirt oval here in Greenwood, Louisiana just before. What do we got here? Look up. We got a parasailer. What is the hell's going on tonight? Also, just so the folks that are watching live on Race on Texas, show them real quick. This guy said, hey, we're cruising USA tonight. God be the glory, he'll come down and won't get hung up in the trees over there, and we'll keep our eyes on the action. Alrighty then. Well then. What a distraction, folks. You can't give a guy like me who has the highest form of ADHD a parasailer or a guy flying over the racetrack and not expect me to get my biscuits twisted. All right, that's enough. Yeah, you knew who that was? No, that was Benny. That was Benny and him. Somebody said he's gonna fly over and strike the whole racetrack tonight. He's still up there. All right. Lord, just don't come down right now. Anyway, folks, moving on. We got 6 scored, 2 laps to go. As I'll get back on the TASK, the task at hand. I think I am. Alrighty then. Off of 2, down the back straight into turn number 3. Off of 4. As we're going to look at your race leader coming around this time. Should we come to the white flag? Yeah, to the white flag. No, your lead. Yeah, your leader's in the 13T, so that's what I get for looking at the guy up top. Jeff Tito. You'd think that I've been drinking Tito's. Off of 4, Jeff Tito wins it in 13T. The 83 of Cleveland, Texas racer Calvin Tucker in the KMO Racing entry will finish second. How about the 2018 track champion here, Dean Rasco? And Colt 45, hey, baby, that's all you need. Is that a 20 car on the pole? Who is that? I don't recognize that car. They're 4 wide down the back straight. straightaway into turn 3. Sean Graham threads the needle, walks right through the opening. He says, we'll go 4 wide, I ain't ever scared. The Graham family got a wild ride down the front straightaway last night, and maybe they got all the scares out of the way as Brittany Graham tumbled hard and right in front of Graham, right as I spoke good of him, and the rest of the field. Oh, my goodness. Whew. Nice evasive move there by the tail car. One, that'll be Dalton Dubois from down around Alexandria, Louisiana. The 3 again is Vance Harris. What number is that? Well, I'm having a hard time tonight. It's so bright. Hustling our way into one on the restart. Here comes Sean Graham for the race. Oh, my goodness. And Sean just drove her off in there and set up a donut shop. Bad man, Your Honor. He could prepare a racetrack, although he hadn't raced on it since last October. But Neil Kemp, who sits right now in this race, was your winner at Arklatex last weekend in the 20 car. Backing away off of 4 down the front, straight on Main Street into 1. Off of 4 down the front straight of 91 of Billy Davis holding on. Here comes still Neil. Neil Kemp going to work the hub and work it well off of turn number 2. Here comes Neil Kemp for the race lead. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Neil Kemp got it working now. Trying to go 4 for 4 in his last 4 starts. Rushing up the racetrack. Here comes Neil Kemp for the race lead. He's got it in 420. Billy Davis will come stop at the top of turn number 4 into the 91. He'll get it tapped back onto the tail on the gas, but not before losing wholesale spots and headed to Elvis Presley Boulevard to the Heartbreak Hotel. He's still Neil, living up to his moniker once again on a dirt track Saturday night. As Dalton Dubois now, with his hands full for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Dubois into 1, getting breathed down his neck by the Triple X rocket of trouble, Sean Graham. Graham probably trying to breathe as the smoke and I imagine fluid hitting him all on the face shield. As Graham will dive it in steep. Final time to turns 3 and 4 to the white flag this time. Is Sean Graham do anything with Dubois as they hustle into 1 for the final time? Rolling down the back straightaway to turn number 3. It's going to be all Neil Kemp all the time. Trying to go 4 for 4 in his last 4 starts. Neil Kemp wins it in Club 20. Full time and of Alexandria, Louisiana, the job of the Joel's Auto Sales MB Custom K Dillard Racing number 30 is Joel Cuvion. Inside of 4, former track champion Cliff Tupper Jr. the 23 Junior in the MB Custom, and we're going lights out and underway off of turn number 4. Lake Merle, heat race number 1 is on its way into 1 and 2 on the start. As Sitton got to run 3 wide for second on the start. 3 wide down the back straightaway as they head off into 3 and 4. Early brewing right now around the hub comes Boone Evans. Crates have been put on good shows here at Boothill as Linford right now holds on to the second spot. They set their sights down the back straightaway to turn number 3. As right now out front, Kevin Sitton long gone by his lonesome. As Cuvion takes a snap for 3rd on Evans. Off of 4. Real tight as Bo Day, your $2,000 winner here. At a 3rd event of this season. As Ron, that shows you right now how tough this field is from start to tail. As Day cannot find the lane to get around and dispose of his competition at this juncture, he'll finally get 1. As it's all the 20 right now. We just saw the factory start number 20 and Neil Kemp, who was trying to get his 4 straight wins, won 3 straight. Right now it's this 20 in the Crate Lakes. Oh, Bo Day, what a move. Bodacious. Bucking and rolling his way. As right now it's Kevin Sitton, who is G-O-N-E. Here you go. Bear with me, folks. I'm making my way back up the long steps to the top. I had to run down, take care of something. I'll be right back on the call. 1 second. As the white flag does come out in this one. And checked out on a whole straightaway win for the Barry Wright chassis number 20 out of B-Town, Kevin Sitton. Garrett Gibson, I do believe, is on the outside front row in the Stuckey Enterprises Black Diamond chassis number 54. Josh Bockham, the Benton Bullet, with Steve Turnage along his outside from Houghton and the other number 25. How about that? It's Jody Prince tonight. Jody Prince behind the wheel of the number 25 tonight for Steve Turnage. As JP, boy, I grew up watching him kick a lot of tail between right here and down the road at Champion Park. Here comes the high side hustler, Jamie Burford. Doug Ingles behind the cockpit of the number 28 car, do imagine tonight. As Doug Ingles fighting tooth and nail with the high side hustler. Burford as Bockham takes the scenic route, Dukes the Hazard style through the infield. Made a mistake, he'll corral it. The 2012 inductee of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame from Longview, Texas. The second all-time winningest driver of the former PWCL Super Late Model Tour. Doug Ingles right there fighting with these youngsters. And he tried to go 3-1, walked through the threshold, couldn't get the job done. As Doug up on the wheel tonight with both hands. Doug had said the last several years that the only thing preventing him from getting back behind the wheel of a race car, which he's been desired to do, was his weight. He said that he's just a little too thick, he'd say. To say it nicely, he just felt like he wasn't in tip-top shape. And may not still be, but I tell you what, this is home for Doug, home track, and he feels good at home behind the wheel of these race cars. As the car on the move in the mission right now, setting his sights on the number 25. Driving for Steve Turnage is Jody Prince, who went way high, wide, and handsome. And here comes a slight job of the 19 of Burford. Hello, how you doing? How do you like me now? Jamie Burford from the bottom shelf to the top. Took the escalator and disposed of Prince. Prince will try another move and play Indian Giver for second. Prince around the hub, making it work well. They're side by side for second. Continue to do it down the boulevard. At the middle of Main Street into 1 to 25 of Jody Prince up to the task and the challenge. As Garen Lindsay has got himself a rocket ship tonight. Garen Lindsay coming to the white flag as Jamie Burford in pursuit as Chad DuPont with a slight job across the nose of the 54 Gibson. What a move by Chad DuPont. Oh, I'm starting to really come around. I like these crates. I'm telling you, it's going to get better. As off the turn number 4, coming to the checkered flag. How about Garen Lindsay in 24 from Keithville winning it? The 19 of Jamie Burford will come home second in the 19. 25 of Jody Prince third. Fourth will go to the 57 of DuPont. And at Mead Bank, Texas in the double deuce. Inside over number 4 from Legion Fields. The former Louisiana State champ Ricky Burke Jr., Slick Rick in 55. Jesse Sharpley out of Houghton in the 11S. Ronald Pilkington in the double deuce. Outside of Scott Shipley in the 78. The top 4 transfer to the dance tonight as they hustle off of 4. It's Justin Whitehead, the 2-time reigning $10,000 winner here at Boothill Speedway and the King of the Hill. Who's going to come and snatch his crown away from him tonight? As Whitehead will look to become the first driver to ever win all of the area's crown jewels here in the Arklatex. As we hustle down the boulevard into turn number 1. It's Mark Underwood Jr. putting the pressure on the number 20 of JoJo Wilhelm, who has been very good here all weekend long. As here comes Ronald Pilkington now. The top 4 will go to the dance as they're door-to-door for the final transfer spot in the 3 and 4. Slick Rick, who promoted this racetrack each of the last 3 years, handed over to Brian Frazier this year. They're 3 wide off the 4. Oh, my. The 71 star has got nose damage of Chase Breezy. Just went around like a top in a 1 and 2 and had nowhere to go with the 11S of Jesse Sharpley. as Justin Whitehead ready to put his foot through the firewall and get this party officially restarted. And the Bordelon Septic Express race car number 15, to the green flag he comes. Justin Whitehead, your leader. Oh, and JoJo Wilhelm using up the 99 Junior on Mark Underwood just a little bit there. Maybe more than a little bit. I caught the tail end of it. Nonetheless, here comes Mark Underwood to the inside. He'll try to throw the slider. No, he'll stay tucked around the bottom. He drove her in there deep. Mark Underwood, I would say, coming into this weekend, in an unbiased opinion, he had one of the fastest, as good a chance to win this race as anyone. I put him in my top 5 power rankings and limited modified drivers in the Mid-South. As Underwood will continue to hold on to second and winding down the laps. Tick-tock, the race clock will go into 1. Whitehead separating himself over Mark Underwood Jr., who's finally prevailed for second over JoJo Wilhelm, who sits third. Slick Rick having a great return to the cockpit this weekend, and he'll take a stab for Wilhelm the third. Slick Rick, Ricky Burke Jr., formerly from Bethany, Louisiana, now calls Elysian Fields, Texas home. He's got the 55 car stuck right around the middle lane of the Boothill Speedway. They say it's like riding an old bike. I think it's a little more difficult than that, but Ricky Burke, he's a 3-time Louisiana state champion here at the racetrack that he calls home. And he'll hustle his way in the 4th and final spot and trying to hold her on. As Chase Breezy's night is done. Oh, and JoJo Wilhelm's Heartbreak Hotel. So Ronald Pilkington broke a rear end last night. I caught up with Rollo at his trailer after the races last night, and so he just broke a rear end and was going to work hard to get that thing back going. Right now he's got the final spot. We'll see what happens. Didn't want to leave that outside line wide open for the take as the 129 of Seals trying to go through it. Chase Breezy still holding on back there with all kinds of damage on that. Oh, and look out, Slick. 55 of Ricky Burke. 2 good friends there. They were hanging out having a cold one after the races last night. Not sure that they could have a hold one after this program tonight. If that would have gotten any more hairier than Carrie there. As Rollo taking a stab on the 55, the double nickel, Slick Rick, Ricky Burke Jr. As Underwood rolling his way, trying to reel in the 15 of Whitehead, occupying the cockpit of the number 15 that Mike Parker drove here at his last time to ever race here at this racetrack, where we tragically lost him, one of Justin Whitehead's dearest friends. And again, racing with a heavy heart this weekend. You don't need a Justin Whitehead with an added sense of motivation. And I'm telling you, folks, he will start no worse tonight than the 5th spot. And he'll be a major threat and a factor. As a 2-time running $10,000 winner, the King of the Hill has him a hot rod, a 17.088, the quickest car in all the sessions that we time trialed on Thursday night to kick off this 6th edition of the Battle of Boot Hill. And no surprises, this guy is an absolute wheel man and a madman, Your Honor. He's proven it time and time again. Will tonight be the night that he'll solidify his stature here in the Arklatex, as there is any doubt, but becoming the first driver to win all this area's crown jewel events. We'll go over all those here in a few moments as the yellow flag will wave.
Charlotte.
Yeah, from Charlotte, North Carolina.
I just know my capitals.
The 15 of Whitehead on the throttle, getting us back underway. Here comes, oh, we got debris on the front straightaway. The caution will come back out. So been quite a few tracks receiving a little bit of extra saturation or moisture this evening. Just got word that Tracy Clay's I-30 Speedway in Little Rock rained out tonight. Oh, look out, Slick. They're making a little bit of contact on the start. That got a little hairy there as Whitehead leads them. Oh, look out, Marcus Black just drove her in steep on the 22 of Pilkington. He corralled it as they head down the back straightaway. Only 6 cars remaining in the top 4 will go to the big dance. 2 laps to go this time by underneath the ABC Auto Parts flag stand for Justin Whitehead in 15. Pilkington and Slick continue to wage war and go door to door for the 3rd and 4th spots. They're both in the show. They don't want to get racing too hard and make contact with one another and take each other out. And as I say that, I don't even want to mention it, as that'd be a disrespect. These guys are good enough to not lay a fender on one another. They've raced a lot door to door over the years. have earned one another's respect as Rollo has officially taken that spot away, though, in every position. Every row is going to matter tonight in that main event as Whitehead wins it in dominating fashion. Team G, outside is Rhino Ryan Harris from Crosby to the 199. Starting inside of 3 and 5th, the 4 junior of Buller, Texas racer Boone Evans. Outside of Boone, the 13 is Jeff Hammett from Terrell, Texas in the 13. Racing Jason Ingles pilots the number 12 car inside of 4 and 7th. Starting 8th, the 511 of Corey Williams from Lubbock. Corey Neal Jr., the 16-year-old in C7. Cody Tupper in 23. So underway, hustling back into one again, ladies and gentlemen. The top 4 will go to the big dance tonight as Ingles and Tidwell wage war into 3 and 4 for the top spot. Who's going to lead lap number 1? It looks like that outside line momentum is going to work, but Ingles showing strength around the bottom. He'll lead lap 1 in 81. Looking to sidestep and pick the pocket of 20. Tidwell says, no, sir. He'll thread the needle down the back straightaway and walk through it. Tidwell threads the needle, rolling in tonight with some confidence after winning his first ever main event at Arklatex last Saturday night. Brent Tidwell rolling on the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway. Ryan Harris has been nothing less than impressive all weekend long. He sits in the fourth and final transfer spot. Washed up the racetrack, opens up the door for Racing Jason. We got carnage in the middle of 1 and 2. And we'll get a caution on the speedway. Ricky Ingles sends us back on our way down the front boulevard into 1. Ingles, last season at this 5,000 win event, was all over Dylan Spear, your eventual race winner at this event a season ago. Or Shady Bear, Shane Abear ended up coming home second. As right now, folks, how about this, Austin? Look at the top shelf off the floor. Here comes Corey Neal. Oh, boy, he is the real deal. Corey Neal stole it, or looking to steal a few, and we get a caution. We got a problem here. Look out, dude. Don't hop out of your car yet. Like, you can't hear me, but... Oh, I think it's Cody Tupper. Man, Cody Tupper, he about made me nervous there, getting ready to hop out of the car, and everybody's coming down the back straightaway at full throat. Yes. But Corey Neal Jr., 16 years of age, one to watch here, folks, in C7. We'll see what happens as he suffered an unfortunate disqualification last night after contact with Chase Breezy. We're back. Hustling into 1. Ingles leads the herd. The 1 by 2 by 3 wide. Here comes Corey Neal to the outside, going 3 wide. Here he comes. Oh, boy, the 16-year-old's flexing his muscles now. Here he comes, showing strength. He got around the 12 of Ingles, and look out off of 4. He'll squeeze and walk to the threshold. Threading the needle, he dived the car down to the bottom of the 1 and 2, and he'll get turned by the 4 junior of Boone Evans, and he'll collect the log jam. Oh, no. He never stopped, but the caution will come out on a melee into turns 1 and 2. Love watching this kid drive a race car, though. He is something to watch. We'll see what he has here from the till. He'll have his hands full. halfway score to this one as Denny G now having a run on the number 81 of Ingles. Boy, have these guys done a lot of racing over the years. As right now, here comes Denny Gabar for the race lead. Off of 4. Down Main Street they come into turn 1. Jason Ingles, kind of unorthodox or strange to see Jason as he throws a slider, tries to on the number 199 of Harris. He'll take the 4th and final spot. Working down to it, ladies and gentlemen, your second B feature for the limited modifieds tonight. And it's all Ricky Ingles all the time as Brent Tidwell waging war with the 12 of Ingles. Ryan Harris trying to come in and do something here late as Evans trying to charge from the tail. Has his hands full at the 511 of Corey Williams. Hustling his way down the backstretch, your race leader, the 81 of Ricky Ingles. Out front, minding his own business. Sliding up here off of exit, he'll come across the stripe to see the white flag shown from flagman Keith Parker. Continuing to hustle with the race lead is Ingles, followed by the 15 of Denny G. Off into 1 and 2, the 12 of Ingles, driving way upstairs. Boy, that cushion is pushed out far. They continue to push it out further. There's a thin line there between love and hate running that cushion. As the checkers come out for Ricky Ingles. Denny G will come home second, third. We'll go to the 20 of Tidwell. Fourth goes the Racing Jason. Stacked and racked on the original restart of this one. Last chance qualifier number 3. Top 4 to the main event tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, $5,000 hangs in the balance. Shane Hebert to the green flag as your leader. Or as your post sitter. We'll see who leads lap 1. As Roy going to sell it off in deep. These guys are about to get busier than a sailboat crew working in a tidal wave. Rolling like a yo-yo with no string around the outside of the racetrack. The Ducar of Adam Roy hustling. Oh, K1 and Guidry slammed the door shut on the F5 of Skeet Amison. As Adam Roy won here on night 2. So a good battle right now shaping up for the 4th and final transfer spot, and a good battle back there behind him in 5th. Aaron Roy, the 8-time Texarkana 67 track champion and the car number 35. Working the hub, working it pretty well there. Trying to work around the 17 of Duos as Bruce Tesh is taking a scenic route there down off of 4. Will stay clean under the green, no harm, no foul for the 69 of Bruce Tesh. Felt there for a moment, he may get us a caution. As the 9 of Hebert out front minding his own. As Shane Hebert has never won this event. He's came close, second a season ago to Dylan Spear. As Dylan Spear won the biggest race of his career here a season ago. Hebert was the fastest car, zero doubt about it, late in the going. Hebert, the 2-time South Texas Shootout winner. What has he not won in his career? We saw him sweep the Spooky 50 at Chatham Raceway back in 2013 in a super late model. Won in the limited modified and drove Cade Dillard's number 97 Sidebiter modified that night from 8th to the win. The only driver I've ever seen sweep 3 classes in one night at one racetrack. It was extremely impressive. As Hebert at that time was right there in the prime of his career. As he also drove his number 9 Bob Pierce chassis to the Texas Motor Speedway U.S. National Dirt Track Championship victory with the P&W Sales Southern United Professional Racing Series. As Hebert, mentioned this last night, oftentimes would call these cars, quote unquote, his money maker. When he was racing full time in Moz, racing up and down the roads with USMTS, he could always count to come back to these cars that he fabricates out of his own shop there in Scott, Louisiana. Of course, resides in Lafayette, but Shane Hebert has all long time been a force to be reckoned with and will always be a factor as long as this division continues to strive around the Arklatex. as he has built many a good hot rods. As one of his cars sits third behind the 2 car who runs second of Adam Roy. That Express race car K1 of Stephen Guidry. So it's a Express and an IRP second, an Express and then an IRP. And then you'll find another Express. So 3 Express chassis in the top 5. As the hot commodity the last couple of years, it's if you have an IRP, an Express, or a Western Flyer, then well, you could probably win on any given night, as those 3 chassis manufacturers have taken over here in the Arklatex and the Southern Sport Motor limited modified scene. And a season ago, a resurgence for the Express race car again, as Shane Hebert is dominating in this one. Not a whole lot of action right now, or any door-to-door battles to speak of. So I'll just give you a little bit of history. But last year, a resurgent, as Justin Whitehead started off around the Arklatex, winning 4 of his first 6 starts between Texarkana, Arklatex, and Boothill in his Express race car, the same car he's driving tonight that Mike Parker acquired from him. But Brandon Ball swapping over from an innovative chassis to an Express had immediate success, as Ball is second overall this weekend and passing points after his heat race performances last night. As we're going underneath the stripe for Shane Hebert, your race leader, as he approaches lap traffic. The 2 car of Roy in hot pursuit, but it doesn't appear that the Deuce car will have anything for him here as we work down to 1.5 laps to go as Shane meets the midpoint of the backstretch. Final time to the white flag from Flagman Keith Parker, Hebert on a RAIL, folks. You go. So how about this battle for transfer? Here comes Jono. Look at this, Austin. Oh, boy. All of a sudden, Jono Whittington, the 4th and final transfer spot, is up for grabs, and he's going to throw a prayer Mary in the 3 and 4. Here comes Whittington to the checkered flag. Ski's going to make it wide. It won't work. And that'll give you an indication on from Texarkana. Inside of 3, Nicholas Vandiver from Huffman, Texas. Pilot's car number 19V. Outside is Philip Sills from Shepherd in the 193. 4th row to the inside from Texarkana, Colby Mewborn in the 36 car. Outside is Carson Bradley, the 13-year-old in C88 from Hallsville. Rodney Howell from Pineville in the 3 car. Kerry Gilly in the 42K. Nate Gaines, Ray Allen Kohanek. We're underway and going door-to-door for the top spot. Clickenbeard, 2nd place finisher in the 2016 Battle of Boot Hill, running behind Joel Cuvion. And here comes the Marshall Missile, trying to take back the top spot. He drives down to the basement. He'll take the middle lane off of exit and roll to the inside and flank himself to the inside, trying to pick the pocket of Clickenbeard. And a slight job by Grigsby through 3 and 4. More or less just a textbook pass, and the 69 car is back on a mission and marching his way to the top shelf. I'll tell you what, there is a thin line up there between love and hate there, Ashley Marie. You'll be loving yourself one minute as you're straddling that cushion. You'll be hating yourself when you jump it. As Derek Grigsby leads this herd of hungry hounds nipping at his heels into 1 of the 69, will dive down to the low side of the racetrack. And he's got something working good now. Just going to search it and see what he's got. Derek Grigsby has got up on the saddle and marched his way away from the competition in this one, as Clickenbeard with his hands full with the KMO Racing 194 of Alex Hickam. Hickam at Conroe, Texas, wins quite a bit down at the 105 Raceway and runs at Cotton Bowl and other area tracks. I'm familiar with this driver because KMO, Kenny Montgomery, I believe, at one time, maybe still does, was a sponsor along that 194 of Hickam. And he just had a major bobble there. Speaking of the 194, Hickam opened up the door into 3. For any of you folks that are watching live tonight on RaceOnTexas.com, we do appreciate you guys for tuning in and joining us here tonight on Speed Pass on RaceOnTexas.com. here for the 6th edition of the Battle of Boot Hill. If we don't mind giving you a little bit of a shout out if you're watching. I'd love to give you guys a shout out. We appreciate you. Maybe tag us, tag Race on Texas. You can tag me directly, Zach Clark on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And be sure to give you a shout out and thank you for tuning in and watching with us tonight. As we're working down to it, our final last chance qualifier of the night, as the Marshall Missile has separated himself, working on his social distancing in the turn number 1. The Marshall Texan, he gone on an RAIL, folks, on a rail, is the 69 car. This is the Grigsby that we've expected to see in this style of form all weekend. Just hasn't quite found it, but in this last chance from the pole position, he is set sail, folks. The 66 of Clicking Beard, and here comes Colby Newborn. Oh boy, Colby Newborn just rolled his way past the 194. Hickam made a little bit of a bobble, and right there taking it was the 36 of Colby Newborn. He'll take it away with 2 laps to go for Grigsby in the 1. The last lap time for Derek Grigsby is 17.837. The only car that previous lap in the 17-second bracket. His best time of this race is 17.604. No one else even close. Clickenbeard's best lap time is 17.924 to give you an indication. So Grigsby faster in this one. The eyeball test proves it, as well as the transponder. As he'll set his sights in the 3 and 4 for the final time, as he'll come to receive a face full of checkered flag from flagman Keith Parker, the driver of the Marshall Lubinato, One Call Staffing, 5-Star Builders, True Love Law Firm, number 69. The Marshall Missile wins it in 69. Second, we'll go to the number 66 at Clicking Like Nick. Quick Nick Clicking Beard. Colby Newborn will go to the dance tonight. How you finish is how they'll start in tonight's 5,000 to win. 6th annual Battle of Boot Hill. The 4 fastest hot rods of the bunch so far to the 60 that timed in here at Boot Hill this weekend. Dustin Robinson to the B-17 of the freight train. Brandon Ball. We're underway for 5 laps in distance. Hustling into 1 on the first time. We'll see what Robinson has around the hub as Brandon Ball sells it off deep and cheap. Here he comes, rolling off of turn number 2. Had to get on the binders. Rowdy Day gets a run to his back bumpers. They roll into 3. 4 cars, 5 laps. Who's got the baddest hot rod of the bunch? It's Dustin Robinson right now leading off of turn number 2. Setting sights down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Dustin Robinson leading by 2 car lengths over the B-17 of Ball. He'll go back to the top shell. Robinson does off of 4, smashes his foot through the firewall, continues to lead down the front on Main Street. That last lap time for Dustin Robinson, a 17.890 to Brandon Ball's 18.004. So pretty close in speed here, but that clean air out front, able to dictate where he should or shouldn't go, the 10. Oh, maybe a little bit of slight kiss of contact, a shot in the shorts from Rowdy Day to the B-17 of Ball. The white flag going to be coming out this time by for the post-Texas racer Dustin Robinson in 10. Rowdy Day just turned the quickest lap of this affair with a 17.590. So Rowdy Day, the quickest car by several tenths in this one. But for the final time, going to be your pole sitter tonight. Dustin Robinson in the 10, going to be your pole sitter to the 5,006th edition of the Battle of Boot Hill later on tonight. 613. Just figured I'd let you guys know what kind of times we were turning here since there's only 4 cars on the track and they were so tightly contested there. I'm going to go head down and get a word here, race fans, with Dustin Robinson at a Post Texas. Y'all be sure to give him around here when I get down there to him. Give him a hand, race fans. Dustin Robinson and ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. He'll be a pole sitter for the main event. One more time, race fans, speaking here, Dustin Robinson from Texas. Hey, man, not too bad. Overall qualifier. You've been good here at Boothill in the past. You always flex your muscles these big pain races. Let's go here for the race on Texas cameras for the live Speed Pass broadcast. Dustin, this car has been a hot rod all weekend. You haven't had many results here, I guess, that you've been too proud of in the past. But, man, this thing's been awesome here in Greenwood all weekend long.
Yeah, it's been really good. My grandpa's got it dialed in, and we got the Shipley Motorsports motor in here, so we're excited to run this thing.
Pretty cool for you guys to have a dash out there. Didn't quite have the quickest car as far as times go, but man, it felt good up top. You searched it, you went down low. Does that give you a sense of confidence before you get to this main event later on?
Oh yeah, just a little bit, man. These guys behind me are really good, so it's gonna be hard to hold them off for 40 laps, but we're ready.
You race a lot at West Texas Raceway. You've won some big ones, the Black Gold Showdown in Eunice, New Mexico, the Black Gold Showdown. What would it mean to come out of Greenwood, Louisiana, and win this big one here this weekend?
Man, it'd be my biggest payday. It'd be huge.
Absolutely. Always run well anywhere you go, man. Let's hear about all the great folks who help you out and get you up and down the roads in this 10 car.
Yeah, Best Tank Rental, my grandpa, James Dawson, D&D Well Service, Kingdom Tire Pros, Shipley Motorsports. That's it.
Mike's feeding back a little bit. Great to see you down here at Cattle Parts Victor Lane. Best of luck in the main event tonight, Dustin.
Thank you, sir.
Dustin Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, give him one more round of applause. I'm about to ask someone to do me a favor. Hey, Kayla, Ashley, somebody here in his IRP factory stock that night, so Graham trying to repeat history. Sean Graham starts inside of row number 2 with Aaron Allen again to the outside. Inside of row number 3, it's Logan Griffin, the 16-year-old third-place finisher last night at Texarkana. As the lights are going to run out, and Dick Kirby to the outside of him. So live on RaceOnTexas.com Speed Pass will continue to roll down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Out front with the leader right now, it's going to be the 193 of Philip Seals out of Shepherd, Texas, rolling off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Over the triple X of Sean Graham, who was working it down to the inside for a second, a little John Tuggle. Tuggle says no. Graham shows him papers. Tuggle says we'll see you in court. Into turn number 3. Tuggle and Graham through 3 and 4 for second. Here comes Sean up off the bottom, trying to slide up and take it away. Won't be able to get it done this time. Won't be able to get the job done that time as he'll slide up now and he'll officially try to take it. He does. Graham to the bridesmaids' honors right now. Nicholas Kirby in 4th in the 2K car. Should be only going 10 or 12 laps in distance. As Philip Seals has set sail, and as I've said several times tonight, he's on a RAIL. On a rail here at the Boothill Speedway, the 193 out of Shepherd and Philip Seals. If we are taking the top 4 right now, it's going to be the 17 of Logan Griffin and the 15 star of Aaron Allen duking it out for the final transfer spot, working down to it. Around goes Lax into the bottom of turn number 2, and we won't get the caution. We will get a caution at the top of turn number 3. So Philip Seals out of Shepherd, Texas gets us back underway here off of turn number 4. We'll see what Sean Graham may have here. We're back underway here at Boothill. We'll try it one more time. Philip Sills out of Shepherd, Texas, going to put his foot through the firewall. Sean Graham, Little John Tuggle right now, your top three. Nick Kirby in the 2K. Logan Griffin in the L17. We're backing away, going 3 wide back there on the 4th row. Oh, boy. Jonathan Stewart tried to thread the needle and did not quite have the clearance. And he'll end up going to the 5th spot anyway. So hit it down the back straight away. 29 of Stewart takes advantage of the L17 of Logan Griffin and puts him back to 6th. 2 laps to go this time by. That was asking 21 cars will start tonight's main event. Oh my gosh, what a move by that guy. Yeah, what a move by him, huh? Third family, a big heartfelt hug anyway, so hope all is well in the coming days and months as we say goodbye to Miss Bobby Hurd. So trying to settle down. We've got all kinds of stuff going on up here in the press box. We got 4 kids up here just doing jumping jacks for no reason right now. And people keep asking questions, tapping on my shoulders. Just all kind of craziness, folks. So I hope you understand. As we hustle into one. It's Singletary. So off of 2 down the back straightaway in this one. It's the fast Kunas, James Martin, 2014 Boothill Speedway factory stock champion here. Is gonna try to get to the back bumper of the number 31 of Singletary and do something with him. If he can anyway, as Singletary showing all kinds of smoke. And we'll try to limp and hold on. Right now he's quick enough to hold on to the gun for the top spot. And the top 3 will go to the dance. Right now the final transfer spot being occupied by the 45 of Dominic Flores. Flores, the former mini stock ace. Oh, and around goes the 04 machine in 3 and 4. Working back under the green flag here at Boot Hill, live on Speed Pass and Race on Texas. Off of 4 of the top 3 cars will go to the main event, and it's still the car number 31 of Singletary out front with the race lead. Daryl better get the digging. With 2 laps to go into turn number 1. We'll see if the 68 of the fast Kunas gives him the Chrome horns. The former Thibodaux, Louisiana native in South Louisiana. Been up here in East Texas now for several years. He's knocking on the back door of the 31. Won't be able to get the job done and walk in. He slammed it shut and put the locks on it. 31 of Singletary trying to slam it shut one more final time to the checkered flag. And he'll do it. Fending off the 68, keeping him at bay. Singletary wins it. Martin will snag second. We'll try it again next time. So it's going to be the 20 out of Baytown, Texas, Kevin Sitton. And Garen Lindsay, David Winslet, Jamie Burford in row number 2. Jody Prince, Boone Evans were underway off of turn number 4.
Turn up the big, let's go.
As we light the candles, the cake's baked, and we'll get the party started into turn number 1. Chad DuPont going 3 wide right there, back here for 5th. They're still 3 wide to the midpoint of the back straightaway, still 3 wide. DuPont, your most recent winner of the Plexus Worldwide, sponsor number 57, off of turn number 4, 57 rides, and they're still 3 wide off of turn number 4. Oh boy, they're bunched up off the exit. We got 1 in the retaining wall. 1 in the concrete, it's the 4. Out of Keechow, the high side hustler, Jamie Burford. His biggest fan, Mike Patrick's in the house tonight, rooting him on. See if he can put that thing to victory lane. Lights are going out. Baytown, Texan, Kevin Sitton on the throttle. We're underway in your Crate Lake Model main event. 1 lap scored of this 20-lap affair. Hustling into 1. Sitton rolls the top shelf. Boy, that cushion's much further out this time, and Sitton just found that out. Here comes the high side hustler. Jamie Burford at 19, trying to go 3 wide. He drives it off in deep. In 19, he'll try to fit the gap as Lindsay has his hands full with the 21 and the 19. 2 former Open Wheel Modified standouts, the former PNWSL Super Late Model Rookie of the Year, Kevin Sitton, who has 7 of those wins in his credit in his career, rolls with the race lead, trying to head back to Baytown with a big victory tonight. And 3 different lanes wide for second. Lindsay up top where Grandpa keeps the best bourbon. He'll continue to set sail and soar the number 24 up to the top shelf with the 19 tucked in tow. Here comes Burford now. Burford has a run, disposes of the 21 of Winslet, relegates him to 4th as DuPont's up to 5th and 57. Joel Cuvion, right 6th, last weekend's winner at Thunder Valley and Chatham, as the 30 car sits 6th, the 2016 winner, and a limited modified here at the Battle of Boothill for 5,000. As Cuvion has long dreamed of running this division, and Brandon Hightower, the first weekend he's had a crate in his car. He put on 2,000 to win last night at Sabine, and the B52 car to DeVille, Louisiana, Hightower sits inside of the top 10 and 8th. As we roll off of 4, it's the 20th Sitton, as 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 and back to 5th is the best battle on the racetrack. It's the 30 and 57 of DuPont and Cuvion. As the 25 for Turnage, Steve Turnage tonight, Jody Prince is backsliding. And around goes a couple synchronized spinners, and one of them is Baudet. The 20 of Kevin Sitton, boy, he escaped a near disaster there with the 4 of Baudet, just minding his business, coasting around under caution. We'll see if he has the fastest hot rod of the bunch. Here comes the high side hustler. Jamie Burford's ridden from Keechow. There he comes, gives a shot in the shorts of the 20. About drove underneath the fuel cell, actually. And turn number 3. Here comes Burford smelling the race lead off of turn number 4, sitting up top. 3 wide nearly, off of 4 for 3rd. I'll tell you what, the Crate Lake models they're grabbing my attention. They've been pretty good here at Boot Hill, week in and week out, and it's getting better and better and better every single week. I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. Off of turn number 4, the 20 of Kevin Sitton out front with a car that linked their 2 advantage into 1. The 19 of Burford. Heading off of 2 is the 21 of David Winslet, just squeezed Garen Lindsay and sent him back to 4th, and the 30 of Cuvion rolling. You got to think that Jamie Burford's about to pull the trigger, and here he comes. The high side hustler is sick and tired of coming home second here at one of his home racetracks after sitting out of the cockpit for several years. This is one thing that's zero doubt. If you're watching on Race on Texas Speed Pass tonight, you may not be familiar with the driver in that black number 19 running second. Well, you're about to find out and become very familiar. And I'll give you a backstory, but he may well just sell himself to you right here on RaceOnTexas.com pay-per-view. As Jamie Burford has long time been considered one of the hell raisers on dirt here in the Arklatex. Anytime the 19 car would check into battle, any racetrack around, in any division, you can always bet that he'll be a factor and a threat. And aggressive is his driving style, and he don't give a damn in. If he ruffles your quarter pounds just a little bit, he is going to do everything he can to get himself a dub. At the same time, he's a very respectable driver as well. Here he comes with a slider. No, he has clearance. Gives the 20 room and respect. They make a little bit of slight kiss of contact. Some right side romance at the midpoint of the front straightaway. You got a dogfight tonight at Boothill. 19 and 20. Jamie says 19 comes in front of 20 numerically. Can I have the spot? Sinton says no. 19 was serving papers. Sinton says we'll see you back in court over it. Off of turn number 4 down the boulevard. Kevin Sinton still leads. Kevin Sinton in that Barry Wright Racing chassis hustles his way into one with the race lead. Catches the cushion, a little bit of character there. The cushion's getting kicked out further and further. The high side hustler says, hey, I like it up there. He'll go against his will. He'll roll the bottom into turns 3 and 4. Jamie Burford working the hull, working it well. Who said Burford can't roll the bottom? Here he comes, Burford. Smelling blowing the water, he goes to the race lead. The 19 of Jamie Burford. Took it. Sealed it, delivered it. Here comes 19 sliding up, and his biggest fan, Mike Patrick, waving his green rag up in the house tonight. A good time to return to Boothill. What's your favorite driver tonight? After only racing, I believe 3, maybe 4 times over the last 3 years, and the caution is out. The high side hustler, Jamie Burford, in the 19, back to the green flag, gets us back and away, a little bit of slight kiss of contact on the restart with the 21 of Winslet. Here comes David Winslet on the restart. 19, 20, 21, your top 3 right now. Except 21 goes in front of 20 now. He'll take that spot away momentarily. We'll see if Kevin Sinton can battle back on the outside. It's like Sesame Street. We're learning how to pick our numbers tonight. Kevin Sinton has his hands full with that number 20. Oh, the 3 wide mid-pack. So this race here is officially heated up as the white flag comes out. Jamie Burford, final time in a 1 and 2. Brandon Hightower has come on strong late. Oh, he got trouble. Garen Lindsay, oh, wow, he saved it. Garen Lindsay saved it. Wow, that was a nice save, and he's about to, yep, he rode the cushion over there. Tough break. As the 19 back to ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane, the high side hustler Jamie Burford from Keecha wins it tonight. 21 of Winslet gets second in car number 21. A good run there for Sinton to hold on to the third. Ready to climb out of the race car, folks. When he climbs out, y'all be sure to give him a big Boothill Speedway round of applause. His first time back here, I believe, in over about 4 years for the driver out of Keecha, Louisiana. And the Burford Main Motorsports number 19 machine again out of Keecha. We'll wait till he climbs out officially so he can for sure hear you, folks. This racetrack's been home for a long time for him. His dad used to race here in the dollar sign car. Speaking of Jim, here it comes, the high side hustler, Jamie Burford, back in victory lane. Jamie, get this side for the race on here. Here, I'm going to cut that mic down just a little bit. Down a little bit more for me, please. Sorry. That's just... keep going down. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Jamie Burford back in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. First, I'll ask you, man, how does this feel? It's been a long time coming.
Man, it feels good. You know, we've been working real hard on this deal, and I'm not really that good with late models, but we're starting to figure it out.
You know what, man? I told the fans, you've been really good here. You haven't got a win, but, man, when you finally got out front, you set sail. You showed so much strength and so much speed these first 4 weeks. 5th week of action, you come out here with a victory. I'm not sure if you've ever raced a late model in your career, maybe driven one before, but, man, you've been really quick, and you cashed in tonight, Jamie.
You know, these cars like it dry. They don't like heavy. And the last few weeks we have had a lot of rain, so this is my style.
You know, your dad promoted this racetrack. This racetrack has always been special to you. You're a former Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner. When you climb out of your race car, you hear all these fans cheering you on, man. That's got to mean a lot to you right here.
Oh, it means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, and I know it feels good to get back in the cockpit, too. I mean, this is a little throttle therapy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, let's hear about all the great folks to help you out, Jamie.
We got Tommy Dow and Logan, Carla and Anthony with Double L Kennels. Who else do we got? My little boy, he puts in a lot of work, so.
That thing was rolling tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was trying to think, but there ain't nobody else.
And early on, I mean, Kevin Sinton was really good. I mean, but you could pick a lane and you could find it. You know, you go by the moniker of the high side hustler, but you had the low side really rolling tonight.
Well, he was good on the top, but coming off, what was that, turn 2?
Yeah.
He was having a little trouble, so I had to figure out how to get by him on the bottom.
After having a lot of success, we'll wrap this up. After having a lot of success in a modified, how much did you have to change your driving style any from these things? I know you've probably never had anything with a crate power plant, but I mean, these things are quick, but have you had to change your driving style?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I learned some stuff tonight, so every week I get a little better and better.
I don't think anyone's surprised that you're here, man. Congratulations, Jamie. Good to see you back here in Victor Lane, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. Returning to it, Jamie Burford scores the victory tonight here at the Hill. Been very fun at all. They probably would have done it, but it wouldn't have been fun. It never gets old to seeing a full grandstand on a big event, so we appreciate y'all. As Keith Parker has the green flag in hand, it'll be the 38-year-old TJ Evans and 16-year-old 00 David Vosberry. They take the green. Four wide there off the exit of turn number 2. Oh my. Vosberry slipped fast to the tail or to the mid-pack in the turn number 3. Oh my goodness, they went 4 wide there on the start. And TJ Evans will lead lap 1 and Vosberry's up out of the groove. So up 4, 1 by 2 by 2, down the front straightaway into number 1. It's heating up at Boothill. TJ Evans leading the first couple of circuits of this 20-lap main event, and the caution flag will come out. The 215 of TJ Evans going to get this party restarted. We're back underway as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1. As Lockie makes a little bit of contact with the 13T of Jeff Tito as they hustle their way into turn number 1. Lockie gonna make it wide as the 13T got loose there off the bottom side on the exit of 2. Into 3. Furr into the mix. Bubba McKeecher going door to door with the 1-star of Furr. Off of 4. Here comes Club 20 and Neil Kemp. Oh, here comes Kemp. The cream is rising to the top. Isn't it interesting that the 2 drivers who are looking for their 4th straight wins are about to perhaps be duking it out? And we got major carnage into 1. Well, backing away, and here he comes. So we are in fact live on Race on Texas Speed Pass. Folks, if you're just tuning in and you're checking out this Arklatex area factory stock racing, we're hoping that we can get some PSG, some Please Stay Green. Because right now we're about to have some heavyweights duking it out for the top spot. And it's interesting to me that the 2 drivers right now, going for 4 in a row between 3 different tracks, are going to end up waging a war for the race lead. And here comes Neil Kemp in Club 20. Those are the 2 I'm speaking of. At 2 entirely different racetracks. And they're going to try to settle the score here at Boothill to get their 4th in a row tonight. So 2 in a row at Buffalo Creek on a Friday night for the 215 of Evans. 2 in a row for the Club 20 at Texarkana 67. These last 2 Fridays. Your winner last Saturday, Neil Kemp in Club 20. What a move by Connor Mewburn to avoid that in turn 2 as the round went 83, and we'll stay under the green. Back to the task at hand. So Club 21 last Saturday at Arklatex, while the 215 of Evans won at Lone Star. They meet at Boot Hill tonight, and would you know it, the cream has risen to the top, and these two are going to put their dukes up and slug it out here at the Hill. If you want to race, the Hill's the place, the home of the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship since 1973. We roll into one, through for the race lead. Evans trying to fight off and repel the advances of the Club 20 and Neil Kemp. Kemp says no. Down the back straightaway, Evans, I mean, they are neck and neck, folks. What more do you want? A good old show me what you got Saturday night slugfest here at the legendary Boothill Speedway. And one of the more competitive classes in the country. I said it, as they hustle into one. 10,000 reasons to have this car on the money first weekend of August. As they continue to roll side by side for the race lead. I'm not sure what more you want, race fans. Off of turn number 4 is what you pay your hard-earned money to see. You need 2 cars to have a race, and we got 2 of the quickest ones right now waging a war for the race lead. Evans gonna nose ahead and regain the top spot and hold that momentum about a half a lane higher than the 20's running. Now the 20 of Kemp will search, he'll dime it off the exit of corner number 4, and he'll find a run. Won't be enough this time to overtake Evans as we meet halfway. Just crossing halfway here in this one, 10 in, 10 laps to go with this 20-lap affair, the 6th edition of the Battle of Boot Hill. It's a good one. Kemp and Evans still door-to-door for the race lead. I mean, they're 2 by 2 by 1 by 2 all the way to the tail. It's a great racetrack again that Tim Higgins has prepared here on a Saturday night special in Greenwood, Louisiana. The Granger Equipment Factory stocks. What's new? They're putting on a hell of a show. Sean Graham's left front is dangling on the Triple X car as he approaches turn 3 here with Dean Rasco along his outside. Graham's trying to hold on. That's a matter of time before he loses it. Sometimes you just want to take back things you say, but you know, you can't take back your bad vision. I need LASIK and I'm 30 years old. Into one. I really thought Sean Graham's left front was, I thought it was very badly injured or damaged. I thought the toe was leaned all the way out and it was just hanging. Don't judge me. Into turn number 3. Evans holding on to the race lead. So Neil Kemp won his first ever main event last Saturday night at Arklatex. Comes in here with a lot of momentum with 5 laps to go. I think we're going to get us a photo finish, folks. Get your cameras ready. This is what you want to see. As Jamie Burford just won the Fraser Accounting Crate Late Model main event just a few moments ago. Made it to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. ABC Auto Parts, the leading auto parts supplier in East Texas, Shreveport area. Proud corporate sponsor of Boot Hill in 2020. Who's going to meet it? And ABC Auto Parts, Victor Lane to make it to the ABC Auto Parts flag stand first as Kemp takes another stab for the race lead. Here he comes again. 3 laps to go, this time by Evans. Too strong up top, continues to lead by half of a car length. Evans into 1, rolls the middle, around the hub of the racetrack. Couldn't slide the Holy Spirit between the left front of the Club 20 and those skidder tires. And these guys have raced a clean, an amazing race up front for the top spot. Not sure what more you could ask for. Off of 4. The Arkansas racer hunts the Texan into 1. So you got a Texan leading the Arkansas native, followed by the Texan Alaki, and your first Louisiana driver in the top 5 is the 22W Cody White, having his best run of the 2020 campaign. The white flag is coming out this time by, and TJ Evans has got it cooking up top. Final time on a 1 and 2. Will the Club 20 use his killer instinct and live up to his moniker? I call Neil Kemp still Neil, because he made a final turn pass coming to the checkers and won the factory stock 50 for $5,000 at Timberline a couple of years ago. And here he comes, trying to steal Neil again. Off of turn number 4, still one from TJ. Drag racing to the line. It's going to be a photo finish. Neil Kemp stole it on the final lap to the checkers. An absolute Donnybrook special tonight at Boot Hill. Woo! The Granger Equipment Factory stocks have delivered another Donnybrook tonight. Yeah, this driver, Steel Neil. I call him Steel Neil because he literally drove around Lee Carver at Timberline Speedway to win the 5,000 win factory stock 50 back in 2017. He didn't lead one lap of the race, but he led the 50th and final one for 5,000. And tonight, he lives up to his nickname and still steals another one here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight. His 4th straight win between 3 different racetracks. And TJ Evans was also looking for his 4th straight wins between 3 different tracks. It all comes to a head at Boothill tonight. And it'll be the driver out of Kirby, Arkansas, driving the Neely's Service Center A&T Delivery, Hadaway Towing and Collision, Best Engine Powered Outlaw Chassis, Platform Racing, Steel Neil Kippen, Club 20. Oh, man. First of all, thank you for a show. That was an absolute show.
Man, I don't even have words for that. That was awesome.
A factory stock showcase, man. You and TJ Evans, it all comes to a head at Boothill tonight. He's won 2 straight at Buffalo Creek on Friday nights and won at Lone Star last Saturday, while you won at Arklatex Speedway. You both were looking for your 4 straight wins. The cream rise to the top tonight, and you guys waged war. I mean, what an absolute race. I don't think y'all never touched, and a clean race to the checkers, man. Those are the kind of finishes you dream about doing.
I'm going to be honest. We touched that last corner. I leaned on him. I mean, I think he would have done me the same way. I didn't drive in and hit him or nothing, but it was definitely a tire rub. So.
I don't think you'll be forgetting about this race anytime soon, Neil. That's what a driver like you who loves good, hard-fought racing dreams about.
No doubt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 in a row, too, man. This thing is on a mission right now. It's on a rail.
This is one bad machine.
Who's next? What's next?
I don't know. Whitehead's fixing to win this thing.
Hey, that's your pick. I was going to ask you who you think's going to win. Have you ever had a race car? I think I asked you this at 67. Have you ever had a race car drive this well?
Not even close. Not even close. Justin Whitehead builds a badass race car, and I'll say it over and over.
Who else would you like to thank for getting this Club 20 car up and down the road to the racetracks?
Dexon helped me today. We had to tear the body off of it and straighten it out. Outlaw Race Cars, Team 5 Enterprises, Best Engines, Club 20, Swift Springs. Man, it's awesome.
How about this racetrack?
This racetrack's bad to the bone. You won't find nothing better than that right there.
You like that slick?
By far.
Congratulations, Neil.
Thank you.
Steel Neil, ladies and gentlemen, and ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. That was a factory stock showcase. Number 10, it'll be Dustin Robinson from Post, Texas. The reigning Southern Dirt Track Championship winner of the Texas Motor Speedway. Again, the B-17, it'll be the Farmerville Freight Train, Brandon Ball. Hold what you got. I think we're going to do it on next lap. We're going to give him a send-off this next time by. I don't believe the light will be going out just yet. But nonetheless, it's Dustin Robinson and Brandon Ball from the front row in the B-17. Inside of row number 2, won 5,000 Amarillo last year. In car number 20D out of Greenville, Texas, it's Rowdy Day. Outside of the Smiley's Racing Products, 103 out of Maybank, Texas, it's J.C. Howell. Inside of 3, racing with the immeasurable heavy heart this weekend, trying to get his 5th win in his last 6 starts. And the Bordelon Septic number 15 Express Racing Chassis, the 2-time reigning $10,000 winner of the King of the Hill, Justin Whitehead in 15. Everybody up on your feet, Boothill, for a big Boothill send-off. Wave your hats, your hands. Let all these limited modified drivers know you appreciate them at Boothill. $5,000, 40 laps the distance to go. Outside of Justin Whitehead, we'll find the number 81 of Ricky Ingles at Longview, Texas. The 9 of Shady Bear, Shane Abear from Lafayette in the 9. I keep your eyes on him. Abear finished 2nd in this race last year. 40 laps, the Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby outside of 4. Keith Parker throws the green. We're underway from Boothill for 40 laps, the 6th annual Battle of Boothill. $5,000 hangs on the balance. Live on Race on Texas Speed Pass. And the thundering herd rolls in. Oh, and Rowdy Day just lost in front of the field. Oh, my goodness. How did that happen? The 6th annual Battle of Boothill. We'll try it again. Re-racked and stacked. The cake's baked. We're about to light the candles to get the party restarted. Dustin Robinson going to put his foot to the firewall with Brandon Ball to the outside. We're underway again at Boothill. Hustling into turns 1 and 2 on this start, and Brandon Ball going to jump out front to the race lead on the start of this time. Oh my! Brandon Ball trying to get his first win at Boothill since 2013 tonight. And he's going to lead lap number 1 in the B-17 Express Racing Chassis tonight. Here comes J.C. Howell, high side hustling around the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway. You got a racetrack tonight, Tim Higgins. Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness! Crossed up. And crossing lanes down the back straight of the B-17, makes contact with 103 of J.C. Howell, and the 3 wide off of turn number 4. What a racetrack we've got. This may be the best I've seen Boothill in quite some time. As I'm trying to make my way back up to the top without running out. So Brandon Ball right now trying to fend off, nope, leading that lap. Lap number 4, the 103 at J.C. Howell out of Maybank. Hustling his way off at turn number 2, heading down the back straightaway with the race lead. J.C. Howell has the spoiler hangling and dangling off the race car. As a 103, no stranger to Victor Lane has won his share over the years at the former Cowtown Speedway, Kennedale Speedway Park. In any racetrack in the great state of Texas he's checked into, he's likely scored a victory. And tonight, he'll try to get his first one ever here at the lid. Oh, look out! Dustin Robinson right in front of Justin Whitehead collects him. Whitehead had nowhere to go, and the 10 got crossed up off of exit. And your pole sitter, the car just... backing away at Boot Hill. So a little bit of, oh my goodness, and Ricky Ingles just made heavy contact with Ball on the restart. I mean, Ball nearly ended up into the fence if he did not save it. As Ingles, I did not see it, but I've had a few fans put it in my ear from my vantage point walking back up the stands for what it's worth anyway, and the caution's going to come back out on the racetrack for debris. No, it's not. Okay, no, it's not. The flagman Keith Parker was about to toss it, as will right now stay under the green flag. So, oh, no, Ricky just hit it. So heading down the boulevard into turn number 1, the Maybank, Texas racer, the 103 at J.C. Howell. As again, try it one more time. 7 laps scored. 7, oh my goodness, on the 103 at J.C. Howell, that was a cat and mouse restart, and Ball's not going to be the beneficiary of it. Ball just got snookered on the start because the 103, and here comes Ricky Ingles for the race lead. Here comes Shady Bear though. Who dat? Shane Abear rolling the hub, rolling it well. Down to the inside of the racetrack around the basement. Couldn't go any lower than a mudcat in the Red River right now. He rolls the hub, rolls it well to the inside of the freight train down the boulevard. They come into turn number 1 down Main Street. Oh, and there he goes. I can't talk good about anybody, they'll break. As Shane Abear has just ended his night. Man, that was a close fit there. My goodness gracious. Wow. Y'all probably weren't looking on Race on Texas Live, but Abear to the infield drove right underneath the tractor. Anyway, that was close. So J.C. Howell's out front right now with the race lead. J.C. Howell can ride the top shelf of a racetrack as good as any of them. The car's a little high wide though. If you were to, and the caution flag will come out for Nick Clickenbeard. Ready to get back underway here at Boot Hill. Let's get the party restarted after a phenomenal Granger Equipment factory stock main event. And Jamie Burford, your Crate Late Model main event winner presented by Fraser Accounting. We're about to find out who's got the baddest hot rod of the bunch in the 6th edition of the Battle of Boot Hill. $5,000 still hangs in the balance. As J.C. Howell, right now your race leader. Greenville, Texas racer Rowdy Day going to throw his hat back into the ring here. He's rolled his way back to 3rd of the 20D car. He'll set his sights to the back spoiler lid of the number 81 of Ingles for 2nd, as Underwood Jr.'s got her rolling around the hub of the racetrack. The pair of Northeast Louisiana natives, 99 Jr. and the B-17 of the freight train, Brandon Ball, right now running out the top 5. And don't look now, but here comes the missile from Marshall. The 5-time and reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track champion, Derek Grigsby, has got a hot rod here in the main event. Came from 14th to win night number 1. A part of the Advanced Powder Coating Weekly Racing Series of Action. The Marshall missiles rolling around his home racetrack now. Here comes Grigsby up inside of the top 5 if he can get around the 99 Jr. Jumping the cushion, up in seconds, the 81 of Ingles. But everybody tippy-toeing around the top shelf of the hill right now at this point. The only car working the bottom and not losing positions, the 99 Jr. of Mark Underwood. Let's be honest, the racetrack is fantastic, and it has been all night long. As right now it just appears that the outside line is working. As J.C. Howell continues to lead here at Boot Hill off at turn number 4. So Derek Grigsby, this last time by, he's the third fastest car to this point of this main event with 14 laps scored. 15 laps scored, 25 laps remaining here at the Boothill Speedway tonight in the 6th annual Battle of Boothill 5,000 main event. The final race of the night here in Greenwood, Louisiana, as J.C. Howell has distanced himself from the second place driver Ricky Ingalls, as he has turned the best lap in this race with a 17.7 flat, a 17.7 flat, as Rowdy Day just turned his best lap time of the race with a 17.850. So Rowdy Day's trying to turn up the wick now and get a run as Brandon Ball got squirrely and allows the 69 of Derek Grigsby to get a run down the back straightaway. The best battle for fourth. Here comes Derek with a slight jump through turns 3 and 4. A slider. Thank you, sir. May I have another? The missile from Marshall now set his sights on the top 3 as he rolled his way up the 4th in car number 69. He'll need a yellow. He'll need a caution here at some point because that outside line just too quick right now to be able to make that much up of a gain to win this race. As they hustle down the front straightaway into turn number 1, Howell is, I'm telling you, the car looks tight, but man, he is hung up right around, rolling like a yo-yo and no string. Showing smoke though is Howell. Can he hold on? This race has plagued long-time race leaders in the past. We saw 2 years ago Kel Westover. Kel Westover leading over halfway in this race, broke a transmission leading this event as we just now reach halfway this time. 20 in and 20 laps to go of this 40-lap affair. So heartbreak for Westover a few years ago. What will happen and be the play tonight? You better get your best cards out and play right now. As the 103, you gotta feel like he is walking on eggshells right now. Nobody driving the outside with reckless abandon better than J.C. Howell tonight. The Maybank, Texas racer is gone. G.O.N.E., he gone with the win. Dirty Dancing Patrick Swayze style on the competition. He'll see you later. Trying to throw the keys on the counter, but here we go. This is what you like to see. If we get to the point of lap traffic, will it save or will it hurt and repeat the progress of the 103 of Howell? He'll have about 3, maybe 4 more laps until he reaches the lap traffic, as we'll stay crossing our fingers and toes to see an exciting finish in this one tonight. And I believe we'll still get it. Will it come in the form of lap traffic or will it come in the form of a wild late race restart if we get a caution? Rowdy Day just lost major ground, nearly crossed the car up off the exit of 2, and 69 to Garrett Grigsby make up major ground and trying to run him down. Grigsby will search the racetrack in 3 and 4, tries the bottom, washes up off of exit, but nothing working quite like that outside is. As this is kind of an indication of what a tough field this is because it's taken such a time to reach the tail end of lap traffic. It kind of shows you how fast and competitive this field is from the front to the tail. As this one is settled down right now. We're working on 15 laps to go. The next time by underneath ABC Auto Parts flag stand. And I'm not even so sure that J.C. Howell's picked up any steam on the remaining tail end of the field. All the while, though, Howell has problems. Maybe. I don't know. He drove down off of exit. Of course, oftentimes as the leader, you have zero indication on where you should or where you should not go. As a driver in second, oftentimes in the catbird seat to dictate where he should or shouldn't go. But right now, everybody are like a top, tighter than the top string on a Texas fiddle, rolling the outside at Boot Hill. It's a thin line. It's hard to drive the outside and on the cushion like that. How long can these guys hold on and do it? Ingalls is certainly picking up the wick and gaining ground. Does he have enough TIME? How about Jono Whittington? Out of nowhere, Jono Whittington. He's up to 6th. From the last row, John O. Whittington. I've mentioned it all weekend long, wants to win here more than any other place. He has rolled from dead last to 6th. And he is the 5th fastest car on the racetrack. And we'll get a caution for Nick Clickenbeard. Nick Clickenbeard will draw the caution at the top of turn number 2. $5,000. Lap traffic will not be a factor in this race. It's going to be duked out between your top 5 or 6. We'll find out who's got the baddest hot rod of the bunch. Howell trying to hold on. And we're backing away at the hill. That smoke is heavy. Man, he drives that car deep off into 1 and 2. Nearly got the Blanchard Fur Road before he turned left. Oh, and the smoke's getting heavier on the 103. Rowdy Day trying to put another $5,000 into the bank this weekend. Off of 4, Greenville, Texas racer Rowdy Day up to the task. And here comes the Marshall Missile. Down the front straightaway, nearly got squeezed by Ingalls. And the right rear mud cover went flying into the Greenwood Knight. As Ingalls going to cross down underneath the 69 of Grigsby. Grigsby may need one more caution if he wants to get in there on a late race restart, but he may need just one more. Does he have enough time? As Ingalls just slid right up in front of him. Damage on the right rear quarter for the 69 of Derek Grigsby. He and Ingalls playing Indian Giver for third. Heading off of 2 down the back straightaway, and Brent Tidwell is slowed off the exit. No harm and no foul. Here comes Ricky Ingalls with 3 wide for a second momentarily off of 4. Oh, it's heating up at Boot Hill. But no one has nothing, Nathan, to this juncture for the 103 of J.C. Howell. And screaming around the outside, walking through the 103, picking up the smoke underneath it. And boy, you know that he's just trying to drive the hell out of it. And the caution flag comes out for the K1 of Stephen Guidry. Look out, J.C. J.C. Howell has been showing a lot of smoke. Is it something significant? Will the car expire late? Or will Ingalls, will Grigsby, who showed a lot of strength in this one late, have something for the Maybank, Texas racer J.C. Howell? We're backing away off of 4. John O. Whittington now throws his hat into the ring, the Vider, Texas racer. Grigsby washed up off the exit at turn number 2, down the back straight of the door for second. Ingalls and Day, side by side. Trying to put another Day into the history books. Jumping the cushion goes Howell on 103. Oh boy, here comes Ingalls for the race lead. Oh my goodness, and Ingalls walks right through the threshold. And he goes to the race lead and driving it deep off into the corner. Day nearly, and Howell off the bat and hits the wall hard. J.C. Howell just smoked the retaining wall at the top of turn number 2. And that just got wild. Ingalls going to try to hold on now as he has inherited the race lead. As John O. Whittington is going to have that outside line, preferred line advantage. We'll see what happens as Racing Jason is right there on his back bumper. We're backing away at Boot Hill. $5,000 hangs in the balance. The 6th annual Battle of Boot Hill is underway, and you've got the hungriest of hounds barking for the top spot into 1 and 2, and Day just got really loose on the entry to 1 and 2, and John O. Whittington goes to second. Oh, hold the phone. Here comes John O. Whittington. I said all weekend long he wants to win at this racetrack more than any other racetrack, and he has come from dead last, ladies and gentlemen, to the bridesmaids. And I'm telling you right now, he didn't come here to finish second. He's about to snatch one, perhaps. And here comes Rowdy Day again, trying to get back to the second spot. If they're going to go and win this race, they're going to go oh my goodness. And Rowdy Day just drove in way steep and stole it cheap and smashed the 5W of John O. Whittington. Rowdy Day drove it in a little too hard. Backing away as they hustle into 1. $5,000 on the line at Boot Hill tonight, down the back straightaway. Racing Jason Ingalls and the Marshall Missile. Going to be 3 local Arclotex favorites to duke it out here in the waning stages. They hustle down the boulevard into 1. As Jason Ingalls has come from deep. Jamie Burford picked the 12th car to win it, as it looks like Uncle Ricky may hold on from here. They'll need a late prayer as we're working down to the final few laps that matter the most. Two laps to go for Ricky Ingalls. Ricky Ingalls' last lap time of 17.855, and Jason Ingalls just turned his quickest lap of the race, but still not quicker than Ricky's. As the Ingalls bunch looking to finish 1-2 right now in 1-2-3-4 for IRP tonight, as they head down the boulevard into 1 and 2 for the final time. Heading off of 2, down the back straightaway. Uncle gonna hold off his nephew tonight from Longview, Texas. He had a hot rod here last year. Uncle Ricky Ingalls going to win the 6th annual Battle of Boot Hill in the IRP chassis number 81. Well, folks, age ain't nothing but a number, baby. Over 60 years of age and proving again that he can still get the job done on any given Saturday night with the longtime racers here in the Arklay, Texas. The Ingalls family finishes 1 and 2 tonight. Tonight, Uncle Beth's nephew, Jason, and Ricky Ingalls getting ready to climb out of the TSK Designs number 81 car to Longview, Texas. The driver of the JCT Auto Sales, Twin City Towing, DK Recycling, TSK Designs, Ingalls Racing Performance number 81 car. 61 years old. Give him up for him, race fans. Ricky Ingalls in victory lane, the 6th Battle of Boothill winner. You love to see guys like Ricky that fired up. Hey, I've seen you run a lot of races the last few years, my friend. That was as hard a fought victory as I'm not sure of your career. What a run to the checkers, man. I mean, a dogfight tonight, Ricky.
Yeah, it was. Everybody wanted that one. I just tried to bide my time and stay out of trouble. Man, everybody was running hard, and I was trying to make it to the end, and it just worked out.
I mean, working down to it, I mean, and early on, I mean, there was a couple of ruffled quarter panels and sheet metal damage on a lot of these cars inside of the top 5. John O. Whittington comes from dead last to second at one point in this race. I mean, if you had a good car, you could make some gains, but man, all of you guys were trying to just rip the lip. I mean, right around the top shelf of the racetrack, there's a thin line there between jumping that thing, trying to straddle it. How tough is that and demanding on you, to get physical like that behind the wheel of the race car?
It was really physical in that B feature. I was wore out after that one. I was hoping I could get the car to work in the middle, and it looks like it come around there at the end, so I didn't have to work too hard. That boy got away. He was running up the cushion, and I wasn't that good, and looked like the middle come to me.
I think he faded back to 4th, maybe 5th at one point of this race. I'm sure you never lost hope. Man, you kept it right there within sight. Heartbreak for the 103 of Howell, who ended up on the top of turn number 2. But, I mean, you had this race within sight. After what happened here last year, you ran second for the entirety of that race behind Spear and just came up a little bit short. You were the winningest limited modified driver here a season ago, but to come back and win this race in this fashion, to get your first one of the year, man, this has got to feel really good, Ricky, to get a sense of revenge, some redemption for what happened here last year.
Oh, that's really good. We've had problems every week this year with motors, and thanks to Mark Shipley, we finally got a good one under the hood, and it was.
Does it make you excited when I tell you that, Uncle Beth's nephew tonight, Jason, ended up coming second. He came from deep, and the 1 and 2, 1-2 tonight for IRP.
I know he did. I don't know if he could have passed me or not.
How much
could have? Jason's good at digging.
The factory stock, I don't imagine you had it here tonight. I'm not sure what's been going on there, but, trying to get that thing back on a rail. But a win at Boothill, it's always been special for you and your family. Y'all all, between Justin, you, Doug, y'all have always been able to get around this racetrack. It's got to put another victory into the win column for old Ingalls. You'll take this one back to Ingalls Hill, I'm sure, with a smile on your face tonight.
Oh, that just makes it great. Jason was finishing 1-2. That couldn't have been no better. I mean, it's a dream come true.
How about this racetrack tonight?
Tim is superior, the best dirt man I've ever seen in my life. He made it just like he wanted. It turned out to be a real good racetrack.
It was great. Did you see the factory stock finish?
No, I didn't.
It was a photo finish. Let's hear about all the great folks to help you out, Ricky. I know you couldn't do it without them.
Thanks for Jason Ingalls, IRP Race Cars, of course. JCT Auto Sales and DK Powder Coat. Let's see, we got Twin City Tow, and Joe Best is my best fan and favorite sponsor, and I appreciate everything he's done for me. And, of course, for Dad, I wouldn't even have a place to work on this thing.
I know I mention it every time we come out. I'll try not to make too much of your age or anything, because you're really not that old, Ricky. I think it's like riding a bike. Like we talked when we were heading down to Corpus Christi last year about it. How old are you now, just to go ahead and get it, officially out there for these?
Well, I'm just 62, and the good thing about this race car is I get pretty achy during the week bending over and climbing in and out of these cars working on them. But when I race, I feel really good when I get out. It works the kinks out like nothing I've ever seen.
Yes, sir. Hey, you're as good as you ever were, as good as you once were, Ricky. Papa Ray won his last race here at the age of 72 years old. But, hey, the old guys, I'm not calling you old, but you old cats, Skeet Anderson won at RPM 2 Sundays ago as well. So you 62-year-old cats have still got something, but it's not, these young bucks are trying to get in here and ruffle your feathers. But, hey, you might have a little snow on the roof up here. The fire still burns within for you, doesn't it, Ricky?
Oh, yeah, it's just patience and persistence.
Yes, sir. Congratulations on a great performance tonight. You had persistence, and you got the key to victory lane, man. Congratulations to you. Well-earned, hard-fought win tonight, Ricky.
Thank you.
Give it up for it, folks.
Thank them fans up there.
Thank you, folks. Ricky Ingalls thanks you. And we thank you again on behalf of Tim and Danielle Higgins for making it out here for the sixth running of the Battle of Boothill.